saying good morning. It's morning for me. I don't know if it's morning for you when you're watching this. Many years ago, I briefly got into politics for the Conservative Party in Norway, and I was wanted there, they said, which was nice. Then I, for different reasons, mainly because I didn't agree with a lot of what they were into. I got out of that, but also, and before I got out of that, I saw how these people seemed to be more interested in gaining power than doing good for the local community. This was in the local local politics, and I also noticed that these are not the brightest people. I said to myself, it struck me that these people, they are neither well educated, reflected, or very intelligent. The people that got voted into positions, they got voted into positions because of popularity, friendships, alliances, things like that. Now this leads me to the current situation with, and I'm going to use a code word now, because YouTube doesn't like me talking about these issues. I'm going to say the plague, and I think we're seeing the first of many plagues, and I think we might be entering a new age of plagues. So that was the intro. Since this is a live stream, let me just say hello and welcome. I'm glad to have you all here. It is early morning here in Norway, and I'm walking into the woods. I have a video on my main channel that will be up in a few hours, so later today, Saturday. But if it's evening, if you are now in North America, that will be how is it? Well, I don't know, but in I will be uploading a new video on my main channel in about 11 hours, something like that. But okay, I'm sure that my tongue will slip and that I will say the word, you know, but I'll do my best. The decisions we're seeing now, and I'm saying this not as an expert, but I'm saying this as someone who has studied history for many, many years. The decisions we're seeing now in, at least in Norway, but possibly in many other countries as well, are made, they're not the best decisions, right? This is the time when you would want to close down schools and public institutions, the ones that you can't close down. and you would stop to Norway. You know, we had most of the plague cases coming in from North Italy. Still, they are allowing tourists from North Italy to come to Norway because they're greedy. They want the money, right? So when they haven't closed those, cancelled those flights, it just tells me that they don't have control and they don't do what they should do. And yes, that's a keyword there. I think I can say that word. This is one of the many negative effects of globalism. Now, I like traveling, but it's an extremely bad idea to stop manufacturing stuff in your own country, to some extent, you know, but when you have China being the one country in the world where everything is made, it's not a good idea. It puts you in a very bad position in many ways. And we are seeing the effects of that now, and we are paying the price. Now, obviously not the politicians. They are safe, or at least, sorry, I slipped there. They think they're safe. And we are paying the price. So we have this attitude still in Norway that this isn't so bad. It's just like the FLU. It's just like the FLU. Well, I looked into it. It's not. And if you still believe that, you know, you need to do some research. It's a lot worse. Now, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I really want you to go and buy, while you still have time, your essentials, food and stuff, water filtration maybe even. I think in a country like Norway, water will be, we have water on tap, which is quite safe. But yeah, so now we are seeing the effects of globalism, one of the effects, and I hope people will learn from this. I don't think the politicians will learn, either, Andrew, and hi Tony as well. I don't think the politicians will learn. We have I think we have a lot of dirty politicians now. I know they complain about, oh, there's a lot of contempt for us politicians. Well, there's a reason for that. So while they will not admit that this is one of the effects of globalism, I think people will understand. So we'll see. And also, what I would like to say is that it's extremely unwise to say, well, at least they are saying it, that this plague is only affecting, it will only kill the weak and elderly. Isn't that quite bad? I mean, what if you are weak or elderly? It's only. It's not only. I think that's horrible. That's terrible. are we supposed to go? Well, if it's just the old people, well, I don't mind about those. Those old people were going to die anyway. What's that about? And for, you know, we all have someone who is in a position where you are more, what should I say, at risk than others. I'll use myself as an example. And I know some have entered these live streams and said, you're complaining. Well, I will be complaining when I want to complain. Thank you very much. So, I have a hernia. And I spoke with the doctor yesterday. I'm going in for further, you know, I'm going to look more at the whole thing. But I might need an operation. And I don't want to go into hospital at this point. Right now, it's not the place I want to be right now. But maybe I will have to. If it gets worse, then I'll just have to go there straight away. I don't want to catch this plague while I'm recovering from an operation. And yeah, just saying that, you know, it's... Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Now, I can't scroll because it's quite chilly this morning because of my gloves. But so I'll try to reply to the messages I can see here. Yes, Maynard, I agree actually, because now we need to keep remembering things. Now, it's very important that we remember what was said yesterday, a week ago, and a month ago, a year ago. So I remember very, very well that they were talking about the here's another code word. I need to figure out a code word for that, because it's one of those other things there. It starts with a V, then there is an A, a C, C, I, N, and so on. The medicine to prevent you from getting the plague. Okay, and if you look at the chat now, that's what we're talking about. So they said that it will take at least a year. Germ shot, yes. Germ shot, I will use that. It will take at least a year before they have developed a germ shot. Now they're saying, well, it might be here in a short time now. We will be able to offer you a germ shot against the plague. Now, I don't trust that. And we don't have to go very far back in history. They had the swine flu and they offered a germ shot for that. And that germ shot made many people sick. And those people are still sick. So that's why I'm saying that for me, I would prefer self-isolation. I would prefer limiting my movements and protecting myself in that way rather than getting a very risky germ shot. Now we need to understand that there's a lot of money into that. I mean, these people can get what was that guy saying? The presidential candidate, millions and no, Sanders, millionaires and billionaires. That's what they're becoming, you know, millionaires and billionaires from offering the germ shot. Don't trust a germ shot. At least don't trust a germ shot that will be offered this year. Please. There is no time to properly test a medicine in such a short time. It's just not possible. Now, I might be wrong, so as I always say, please do your research. We have access to the internet. Now, do your searches, do your research, check those searches, because there are lots of people panicking, lots of people writing stupid stuff, and there are lots of people going the opposite way, saying that now you're just hysterical and all that. The truth is the truth. Now, we don't want to get paranoid. We don't want to be naive either. So the truth is a little bit, you know, kind of in between, I guess. And there is also the thing that, you know, you have to make your own decisions. What is right for you might not be the right thing to do for other people. You know, it's largely a matter of personal choice. Myself, I do not have a collective mindset at all. And that's just not me. I'm here for my family and myself, and that's it. So I make my choices based on that. I am not a servant of society as a whole, and I don't feel that I owe anyone anything except my close family. So yeah, but that maybe other people are different, you know. Maybe other people are different. Maybe other people would gladly risk their health of themselves and their children, even, to be an obedient servant for society. Okay. So we have used keywords. Now you can read whatever you want into this. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can write so in the comments as well. Yeah, the view is nice. So I do realize that things like self-isolation is a lot easier for me than for someone who lives in a big city. it must be boring to sit in a flat for weeks. In that way, I think me and my family, we have it quite easy, because, you know, this is where we want to be anyway. Now, yeah, let's talk about environment. I'm sure you all know that the CO2 emissions went down a lot, because, you know, like it was the, if I remember correctly, the reduction in CO2 emissions from China during 2 days was like the total CO2 emission from Norway in a year. So I mean, I don't want to appear as Mr. Know-it-all, because I'm not, but some people have said that maybe it's a bit hypocritical to talk about the environment without mentioning China. And now we see that that's probably true. If we could stop or reduce our dependence on Chinese manufacturing, I think we would save the environment for a lot of pollution. Now I have, you know, it's one proof I have is if I look at the beach here, let me, excuse me. On this live stream that among on the beach there's a lot of plastic, and if you look at that plastic, it's mostly from these big ships, partly the fishing ships, and but also there are lots of parts of plastic parts from containers, and yeah, all the stuff that they keep, that they, when you buy something, it's normally packed in plastic, right? And part of that plastic ends up here on these beaches. So just saying that yeah, reducing trade with countries that are very, very far away, like China, is maybe a good idea. So if you want to talk about the environment, it's hypocritical not talking about China. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, we will see back to the plague, and we will see a lot more happening during the weekend already, and next week I think in Norway we will see schools, even more schools closing. Did my tongue slipped a little bit? I don't know. So I will continue doing these live streams, and of course I will continue doing the videos on my main channel. I have everything I need, and we have food for quite some time, you know, to sit it out actually. So don't worry, if you are if you decide on self-isolation for a while. You'll have my videos to entertain you, hopefully entertain you. So yeah, I want to ask you one favor, if you're not already, if you are, I know, some of you won't like this, but I'll explain the whole Instagram thing to you now. Now, I'm on Instagram. I don't really like Instagram because it's part of Facebook, and I don't like Facebook. Okay. Now, Google is the owner of, well, Alphabet is the owner of Google and YouTube, and you know, so it's all, I don't know if they are much better. But anyway, I need to be able to let you know that I have a new video up, because only a fraction of you, like not even I think a percentage of my subscribers on the main channel, will go to my channel page and check out if I have new new videos. So there's a reason why I'm asking you to follow me on Instagram if you are already on Instagram, and it's that when I reach 10,000 followers on Instagram, I will be able to use Instagram stories to tell you that I have a new video up on my YouTube channels. Now, I don't like this, okay? I would rather that you followed me, you know, that you were on my email list, but I have 208,000 subscribers to my main channel, and I don't even have 2,000 followers on that email list. And there are videos on my main channel that you are not watching. Now, I'm not blaming you, because I know what's happening is that YouTube is not recommending, not notifying you, and there is a link to everything I talk about here in all the video descriptions on this channel and the other channel as well. So I know I've taken a lot of heat for trying to get people to follow me on Instagram, but what can I do? I need to be on those platforms where you guys are, and I'm using all those platforms to let you know that I have a new video up, okay? So I find it a little bit hard to believe that, yes, I'm almost at 10,000 on Instagram now, and some videos, they just stop, and it's like from 1 hour to the other, just stop. And I find it a little bit hard to believe that suddenly people decide not to watch my video. And so that's YouTube probably doing that. That's why I'm asking you to follow me on Instagram if you are on Instagram already. And if there are people who don't like me saying that, who don't want me to say that, well, what can I do? Yeah. Okay. So this is Saturday morning here in Norway, and let me just change subject again. I want to talk about the plague more, but I'm worried that my tongue will slip. And yeah, Chuck, that's a good idea. I need to say it in every video, but I get a lot of heat for saying that. So I try to be a little bit careful. It's easier on this channel. I feel I can say everything here. And your wisdom is Håvamål. Well, I hope I have some wisdom to share. And the video on my main channel that I will upload in a few hours is actually about the Håvamål. So, yeah. Now, yeah. Okay, changing subject. I'll look this way just so that I can finish the sentence. There will be more bushcraft and hiking and overnighters in the woods on the main channel. And I plan to do more of that. And I do realize that if I talk about something that gets people all furious and emotional, YouTube likes that. You know, some people think that YouTube is, you know, it's extremely suppressing controversy. They're not. They aren't. They like that. They like that. That's at least that's my experience. They like that. But it's my main channel won't be a talking channel. You know, it's like I talk a lot, but maybe too much. But it started out as a bushcraft and Viking life channel. It's going to be that in the future as well. So there will be more of those videos, but there will be, if there's a topic I feel that I need to say something about, I will just do it. You know, I think also that the whole discussion about masculinity needs to be addressed. We need people who will talk to, especially the younger generation of men. It's something that I feel is a responsibility that I have as a middle-aged man. So that, you know, it was easier when I grew up. I think that things have gotten a bit too complicated for young men today. So I'm going to talk about that as well. But I think I can do both. That's why I do the chats by the campfire. So yeah, might be doing, well, I know I will be doing some hammock camping very soon, simply because we have the ticks coming out. I think they're out already. I had a mild winter, so then you need a hammock. It's the only safe option, unless you want to take unless you want to use you know, the what's it called, the insect repellent with all the toxins, like an aftershave or something, and deodorant. Now, so hammock camping there is. It's the only safe option. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to talk about? Hi there, Linda. Good to see you. A new age of cold words, yes. Outdoor activity is good for the immune system. Probably is, absolutely. And Sharon is asking, are any of your books in English? Not yet, not yet. If you go to, well, you can go to my website. All the links are in the video description, but I will also, of course, let you all know when that happens. It needs to happen very soon. The book fair in London I think it's next week. It got a little bit, my agent tells me that it got a little bit, it's affected by the plague. So they were going to, I don't know what's happening right now. Let me just say that I hope, fingers crossed and all that. Yeah, Haleg is asking, have you mentioned the Holmenkollen festival? Okay, I will. It's a bit funny. Every year in Norway, there is a festival. It's actually, you know, they go cross-country skiing. It's a competition. And you have the spectators coming, and you normally, well, many people, they camp out there in the woods and from the night before, and when the competition starts, they're all drunk because they've been drinking through the night, right? So I shouldn't laugh because it's actually a big problem, and you have accidents happening. And last year, one guy, he fell down into onto the subway tracks, and it's all a mess. And it's by the ski jump arena and in the woods in there, yeah. So this year they said, because of the plague, we won't have any spectators. I think that's what they said. We won't have any spectators. But still, you have people coming there, and they're all like, well, we don't care about, we're not panicking. We're not panicking. We are so cool, we are so sensible that we will just come here anyway, and this is totally safe. We don't care about, we're not hysterical. All the other people are hysterical. That's their attitude. It's such a foolish attitude to have. I watch TV. I don't watch TV a lot because my wife watches TV, but I fall asleep because it's all boring. But I did see a segment there on the news, Norwegian news. Some people, they were out there drinking, and they were they had their funny hats on and ready for the competition today. And they said that, well, now we are in defiance of the whole plague, and we will be here and cheering anyway. Such fools. And I think that attitude is the most dangerous attitude of all. But okay. So we will see what happens in the next days. Hopefully I will not need an operation for the hernia in the next few months. Vasily, well, welcome. Good to have you here. But yeah, so hopefully I won't need an operation because I don't want to go into hospital right now. Seems not the best place to be, but okay. Yeah, I think that's all for now, and I want to thank you all. Yeah, David is asking, do you accept DM direct messages? I don't. No, I don't. but you can send me an email. You can send me an email, and you will find the email address in the info page on both my YouTube channels. Now, it might take a while before I reply, because there are lots of emails, and they will also be read by my admins before they get to me. So there's that. Okay, Trish, I see. Yes. Well, I hope you're okay. I'm sure you are, and yeah. Did you hurt yourself lifting? Yes, I did many years ago. Then I didn't really notice, but a few days ago again, I did it again. So yeah, a little bit foolish, but what can I do? You can't sit on the couch all day, you know. So okay, I think that's all for now. And oh, Trish, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is, where you are, and we'll talk soon. Well, actually, the next video that will be up, it will be the video on my main channel in a few hours. Okay, bye-bye.